question 8 first. So for question 8, part A, so I will call the individual to answer. Okay, question 8, part A. So every time when you do a function, okay, because they didn't ask for exact value, so what you can do is you can use your graphic calculator to help you to do. But if they ask for exact value, then we have to do it manually, okay? So I will do it manually for you to see. Do you all know how to find the x-intercept using your graphic calculator? Yeah? Evika, do you know how to use your graphic calculator to find the x-intercept?
I think so.
Yeah, you plot the graph first, then you go second trace. Yeah, then you get the 0. Okay? So that is how to use it. So do try it, okay, please? Okay, so for the function given is fx equal to ln, take away 3. Okay, we know that to find x-intercept means the fx equal to 0, correct? That means the y equal to 0. So that means when y equal to 0, that is your fx, then you start to find the x-intercept. So this one, so I will write ln 2x minus 1 minus 3 equal to 0. So my ln 2x minus 1 equal to 3. So what is my next step? What is my next step, Brandon? What should my next step be? Brandon? Okay. I told you already, you still remember what is our rule? Class rule? If I call you 3 times, you don't respond, you didn't give me a reason, what will happen to your SAT? Brandon?
Sorry, I went to toilet. Yeah.
So what should I do next step?
Move ln to the 3 there, so e to the power 3, is it?
Yes, you are right. Thank you. Okay, so then the rest you should know how to solve. Am I right? So it's e to the power 3 plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, so all this working you don't have to show because you should be able to do it mentally. Okay, so this is the exact value. Yeah, so if you use your calculator and count, this will be the approximate value. That is around 10.5. Okay, usually I will use my calculator to get the approximate value so that I know how big is the x-intercept. So this is also called the x-intercept, correct? Okay, so next. So now part B. So they ask you to find f0. That means you sub your x equal to 0, correct? So I put ln 2 times 0 minus 1, take away 3. So this is ln -1, -3. Okay, so what you need to do is, you have to write down here, this part is impossible, or you write down, up to you. You can say undefined. Yeah. So therefore, so what does that mean? So what does that mean? If you put x at 0, what are you trying to find? Azif? Azif?
Yes.
Yeah, what is the implication of this?
It means it's no intercept.
What intercept? You have to be very careful.
No y-intercept.
Yes, you're right. So you have to be very careful. So you say, therefore, F0 cannot be found. So, which means what?
No y-intercept.
There isn't a y-intercept. Okay, so got me? Okay, next. Next, what you need to do is part C. Okay, so I'm going to call someone to tell me how to do part C. You want to find the domain. You want to find the domain. Yeah, Kevin? How to find the domain for a ln function? Kevin? Okay. Kevin, what happened to your mic? May I know? Okay. You have given me the answer. Okay. So how to find? When I say how to find, you don't just give me the answer. Do you get me? If I say how to find, you have to tell me how to find. Okay. Christopher?
Yes.
Yeah, how to find? How to find the domain? If I see the ln function, what should I write down in the first step? Yeah.
2x minus 1 is smaller than 0.
Hello?
Greater
Kevin?
than 0, is it?
Yeah. Greater than 0. Christopher, if you look at here, if x is negative, you see, if whatever in the ln is negative is undefined. So therefore, 2x minus 1 must be, Cindy? Cindy?
Yes.
2x minus 1 must be?
Greater than 0.
Thank you. Must be greater than 0. Okay, so my x must be greater than half. So therefore, the domain is equal to x. X is a member of real number and x must be greater than half, right? Okay, so the moment you see this, straight away something come out in your mind, right? Although it's not asked by the question, yeah? So what is the something about the function that come out in your mind about the graph? Okay, Ishan.
Hello, yeah.
What is something that will come out in your mind the moment you see this?
The graph will be
About the graph.
more than the x must be more than half.
I know the x must be more than half. So one more thing that every one of us must remind ourselves.
It's the asymptote.
Yeah, you see, young people, when you talk about things, correct, you are not specific enough. Max cannot, you must be very specific. When we talk about asymptote, there are two types of asymptote. What type of asymptote is that?
The vertical.
Yeah, thank you. So straight away, this is something that come out in your mind. X equal to half is the vertical asymptote. So sometimes when you solve a problem, correct, this is not exam. So you have to train your mind to learn how to interpret things that is not asked by the question, so that you can improve yourself, you can make yourself better. So I know there is a vertical asymptote. So straight away in my mind, I will imagine like that. Okay, if this is a graph, so here, so the graph will be at this part. So I know already. Right? See or not? You don't have to wait for people to tell you. So this is called initiative. So why there are some people, they just need to practice a few questions and they can get good result? It's not because, it's so when we come to higher level of maths, it's not how many questions you do. It's how much you can get from that question. You see what I mean? Yeah, so done with that. So that's why you see every time when I discuss with you a question, I will say something more. Hopefully that you will get, just from that one question, you can understand the whole thing. Because you have no time to do a lot of questions. It's not like primary school. 1 + 1 = 2. So you can do 100 questions, even in how many half an hour. Here you try. We discuss one question, we take more than half an hour. See or not? So you have to change the style you learn maths. Okay, we are done with the domain. Then find the gradient of the tangent to the curve at x = 1. Okay, that one I will do later. Okay. Class? Okay, so find the gradient of the tangent to the curve at x = 1. Okay, what should I do? If I want to find the gradient of the tangent, okay. Hafiz,
Yes, miss.
what should I do for part D?
Differentiate it first.
Yes?
Differentiate it first.
Yeah, why I should differentiate it first?
To find the gradient.
To find the gradient of the tangent. Why I have to differentiate it first? If you say like that, you have to, the way you answer me is, because to find the gradient, yeah? So why must I differentiate? Is there
To
any
find the
other
rate
way?
of change.
Yes. Yeah, so that is your right answer. Okay, because f prime x is the gradient function. So that should be your answer. Clear or not?
Okay.
So everyone remember, whenever they want to find the gradient of tangent or the gradient of the graph, the curve at any point, you need to get the gradient function, the rate of change function, that is your f prime x. So you have to know the meaning of f prime x. So my fx is equal to ln 2x minus 1, take away 3. So the moment you see gradient, find the gradient of the tangent, straight away you know, oh, f prime x is the gradient function. So I must get the f prime x first. So how to get the f prime x for this case? How to get the f prime x for this case? How to?
Differentiate the ln.
Yeah, differentiate. Okay.
2/2x minus 1.
Yeah. So differentiate ln, you have the fraction, am I right? So we put the fx down here and the f prime x up here. So that is the formula. Ashvindaran, is Miss Do doing it correctly? Ashvindaran, am I doing it correctly?
Hold on, Miss Hon. I think you're right. I think you're right. Miss.
You sure I'm right?
Yes, yes.
Why the up there I have to put 2? Not 1, not -1. Since here is -1, what? Why don't I put -1 up there? Why I put 2?
I'm not sure, Miss.
How can you not sure? Then you say I'm right.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm sorry.
How can you don't know?
Because I do not
You
know,
know
Miss.
you have the right to say you don't know. Everyone in the class, you don't have the right to say you don't know how to differentiate ln. I'm telling you. I'm not too harsh or I'm not too that one. I'm just telling you, you don't have the right to say you don't know how to differentiate ln. Ashwindaran, how can you say you don't know how to differentiate ln? I even asked you to write down the formula. So you are just copying the formula and give it to me. Then what for? Do you know those I asked you to write down the basic formula? Do you think it's for my own good?
No, it's
Sorry,
not.
for me to
No, it's fine.
say things in the class like that. So I'm telling you how to differentiate. None of you in the class have the right to tell me that you don't know how to differentiate.
Oh, sorry, miss. I'm not the same as everyone, so yeah.
So don't have to say sorry to me, Ashwindaran. Don't keep saying sorry to me, no point. Take action and learn. That is more important than anything. By saying sorry, it doesn't help at all. You say sorry to me, the next day you do the same thing again. What for?
I don't know how to do this stuff, miss.
How can you?
When I read it, it
Ashwindaran,
just makes sense to me, miss. I just can't seem to read on
hey,
all this, miss.
don't tell me that you are very stressed up. Just now, did you listen when I mentioned this? Did I say that? Put the fx at the bottom, then differentiate 2x minus 1, you get 2, you put on top. Ashwindaran, did you listen or not? So don't blame on the thing is difficult. Don't blame on anything. Tell yourself, stay focused and learn. Okay. Okay, so that is my, I'm not going to mention this anymore. So, okay, done with that. Okay, straight away. So they say find the gradient. Okay, I have got the gradient function already. So I just substitute in. So I just substitute in f prime 1. So I get 2 over 2 times 1 minus 1. That is 2. Done. So that's all for this particular question. Part D, correct? So what else? What other things that you can take away from here? What other things that you can take away from here? I start from the bottom. Ziqi?
The graph is increasing.
Okay, how you know that the graph is increasing, Ziqi?
The gradient is positive.
Okay, because the gradient is always positive from here. You straight away can know this is positive. 2 is positive, correct? And 2x minus 1 from here is greater than 0 is also positive, am I right? So the result is positive, correct? And you know that there is no turning point, am I right? So straight away, your takeaway from here will be your f prime x sign diagram. So you straight away have this in mind. So whatever I write in red is for things that I can take away from here. Oh, yeah. So this one, it doesn't have a turning point. So if it doesn't have a turning point, so this function is a mono. Mono, that means it go in one direction only. So it's always increasing. So if I ask you to show that fx is always increasing. So what you need to do, you need to find f prime x, say f prime x, there's no turning point and it's always positive. Yep. Hello, are you clear? So if I say show that f prime x is always positive, do you know how I show? I show it this way. I say f, okay, x is greater than half. So 2 is greater than 0 and 2x minus 1 is also greater than 0. So therefore, f prime x, which is 2 over 2x minus 1 will be greater than 0. So therefore, fx is always increasing. I cannot show by using sign diagram. I have to show it this way by the analysis of this. Are you clear? So that is how we show. If the question says, show that fx is always increasing. So you use this method. Clear? You cannot show by this, the sign diagram. Are you okay? You have to go step by step, analyze that. Okay, done with part D. So let's go to part E. Okay, part E, find f double prime x. Okay, now my f prime x is 2 over 2x minus 1. So how to find f double prime x? How to find f double prime x? What method must I use? Xingren.
Quotient rule.
Xingren. Why you use quotient rule?
Product rule also can,
Why you use product rule?
because I need to differentiate to get f double prime x.
No. You can use a much simpler rule. Still remember, product rule and quotient rule is always your last choice. Xingren, you see how I write f prime x?
Yes.
So remember, put in your mind, as long as the top is a number, I will never use quotient rule. Are you clear?
Yes.
You will never use quotient rule. You can use chain rule. Okay, Xingren, tell me how to find the f double prime x here.
-2 bracket.
Okay, because of this, okay, I write down bracket
2x minus 1 to the power of -2, and then 2.
Okay, so look. So this will be -4 over x, 2x minus 1 square. Then they say, okay, and hence explain why fx is concave down for all x in the domain of f. So look, I can do it this way. Okay. I can say, okay, f okay, for x greater than half, -4 is less than 0, 2x minus 1 square, a square number definitely is greater than 0. So therefore, my f double prime x, which is equal to -4 over 2x minus 1 square will be less than 0. So therefore, it shows that f double prime x is always less than 0. So therefore, it is concave downward. So therefore, fx is always concave downward. Yep. Can I not? So now for part F. It is increasing and concave downward. So the graph have to go. So you show the important feature. That is your vertical asymptote. Okay, what is the vertical asymptote? Xinyi. Xinyi, what is the vertical asymptote? Yes?
Wait for
Chokan?
1/2.
Yes. What 1/2? Chokan, you have to be very
X equals to
specific.
1/2.
Thank you. You see what is the difference? You are in the class or not? Okay, I'm not. Then, okay. Okay, Nandini Devi, what is the x-intercept? What is the value of the x-intercept?
is it
Just tell me. You have your screen. You can see my whole whiteboard, correct?
yes?
Yeah, the answer is there.
Is it 1/2?
Yes? Yes, Nandini Devi?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Is it 1/2?
Hello, x-intercept. 1/2 is the x equal to 1/2 is the vertical asymptote. Hello.
Is it 0?
X-intercept, where got 0? Can you please look at part A?
Miss, is it 10.5?
Yes. Student, you are 17 years old. You have to follow the class. You cannot say you cannot stay focused. You have no choice at all. So it's around 10 point something. So we mark around here. Okay, around 10.5. Okay. So the graph will go concave downward and go up. So it go like that. Hello. So that is called the important feature. Are you okay, student? So you please, if not, I tell you this second SAT, you are going to okay, I also don't know what to say. So please change. Don't wait until the thing come, then only you want to learn. Can or not, please. Okay. So any more question about this question 8?
Miss,
Yes.
do we need to show the gradient tangent?
No need.
Okay.
They didn't say. Because the question said, graph the function, show the feature you have found. Okay. The feature you have found, if you want, no, I don't think so. Feature you have found means this is a feature. The vertical asymptote, the x-intercept. If you want to find the tangent at this one, up to you. That I think that is not an important feature. Are you okay?
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, done with that. Okay, so we are going to go to question 11. Okay, can we? Yeah, question 11. Okay, for question 11, I have a suggestion because this function fx given is this thing, 1 over square root of 2 pi. If you keep writing this, you find that it's very tedious. So if you have a constant, which is very complicated, correct? So when you start doing it, what you can do is you can let k be equal to 1 over square root of 2 pi. So that means you know this is a constant. Okay, so you just put fx, only constant, you can do that. You can write like that. Then only you start to differentiate. Are you clear? So this is question 11. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to go through this, to do the differentiation and so on. Do as much as you can. Yep. Then after 5 minutes, I will do some discussion. If not, the whole thing will be, because you didn't read the question. Okay, so you look at question 11, then you look through the thing. Okay, I stop recording for 5 minutes. Okay, so for part A, you will get your f prime x. Okay, you don't have to worry about the working. After I will send the whole thing to you, the working. So the f prime x will be, you get this, negative k e to the power of negative half x squared times x. Because this is, okay. So you know that, so your f prime x, if you do the sign diagram, you want to find the stationary point that is x equal to 0 here. And this side is a positive, this side is a negative. All this you can use your GC to help you. Please, class, you key this into your Y1. Okay, then still remember your Y2. Please, use your graphic calculator to help you to get whatever you. Okay, then your Y2, still remember how to key in your Y2? Yes? Johan?
Yes, hold on. Remember, correctly, you have to key in your
You see?
point.
That's why I say young people, a lot of things, when come to maths, you don't say you don't have to memorize. Who tell you maths don't have to memorize? Maths have to memorize more than any other subject, please. You don't just say you understand only. Maths, if you don't memorize, you can't do at all. Maths, you need more memory than any other subject, I'm telling you. Okay, so then you can help you to draw the sign. So you know that this is a local maximum. So you got your local maximum. Okay, so to do part B, what you need to do is you need to differentiate your f prime x. So what you need to do, you have to use products rule. So you take this as your v and take this as your u, take this as your v. So your f double prime x, yeah, you just put the negative k outside, then you start to use your product rule. Okay, then you will realize that there are 2 inflection points. Okay, so your f double prime x sign diagram will go like that. Okay, I told you already, you don't have to worry about the working. I will show you the full working on a piece of paper when I will send you in the WhatsApp. You'll get one is -1, the other one is a 1. So that means there are two inflection points. One at x equal to -1. So there are two inflection points, and here is positive, here is negative, here is positive. You can determine the sign by using this one. Okay? Okay, now, this is very important for part C, when you study the feature. Why they want you to study the feature? Okay, so this one I will go through in detail. As x tends toward infinity, what happened to e to the power of -12 x squared? It will tend toward what? Thaddeus?
Wait, I think. Infinity.
Okay, look at class. The moment I see negative, you see, or the moment I see there is a negative power.
Zero.
Yes, the moment you see the negative power, that's why you see whatever you put in your mind. I keep telling you, the moment I see a negative power, I will bring down. That will give me a better idea. 1 divided by infinity. You see or not? Student? Why some people, they can think so fast? It's because they told themselves already, if I see a negative power, I straight away write in this form so that I can imagine what is the value. With the negative power, you can't imagine how big is the value. How much great thing can you do is depend on how you look at yourself. With God in you, you are confident, you are positive, so you can do great things. With yourself, you can't do great things. So you see, your mind focus in God, your mind focus in Jesus. You are positive, you can do great things. So that's why negative power will not enable you to imagine the value. Only you turn the power to become positive. So you got a lot of potential. To learn maths, you have to be very positive. You have to be very hardworking. You have to memorize a lot of things, much more than any other subject, please. I mentioned this many times, correct? So you will approach 0. So therefore, my fx, which is 1 over square root of 2 pi e to the power of -12 x squared, will approach 0 also. And we will definitely write that from above. Why? Can someone explain to me why I always write from above? The reason is because I know that e to the power of anything is always greater than 0.
0. So basically, as long as the power of negative, it's a fraction. So as a fraction, it's always going to be very, very small.
No, it's
Oh,
not
sorry.
because of the fraction. The power is negative.
Sorry. The power is
So
negative.
you see, I didn't say the power is fraction. I said the power is negative. So you see, you stay focused at the wrong thing.
Good.
Yeah. Allow me to say something again. That is what I say. Don't chase after the money. Let the money chase after you. You don't stay focused on how big, what a big car I want to drive. You stay focused and how hardworking must I be. Then you don't have to chase after the money. The money will chase after you because your expenses will cut down. See? I say, when the power is negative, bring it down so that you can imagine what is the value. Okay? Stay focused. Okay, then the other part of it, as x tends toward negative infinity, x squared tends toward, this one I write a bit more, x squared tends toward
Infinity.
infinity, because square will become positive. So therefore, e to the power of negative half x squared tends toward
Infinity.
mm,
Oh, sorry, 0.
yes, because this is e to the power of negative half infinity. So this is 1 over e to the power of half infinity. So it's approximately 0. So it's also from above. Okay, so fx will tend towards 0 from above. So this is, later we will study this in our chapter 9. That is called a normal distribution curve. So the curve will go in this way. So I'm going to show you the curve. We know that the stationary point is as x equal to 0. And look, as x go to there, so this is also called 0 and 1 over square root of 2 pi. This is also called the global maximum because it never turned up. You approach 0 here. So there are two inflection points here, one at -1, the other at 1. And if you calculate the inflection point, okay, this is 0 and this is approximately 0.399, the local maximum. And the inflection point is about 0.241, the y. So usually it's about 1/3. Yeah, so this is an inflection point here, another inflection point here. So you see this part is concave, downward. Then after that, decreasing at the fastest rate, then go like that. Then decreasing, this one is increasing at the fastest rate here, then go like that. It will never go 0. So this is called a normal distribution curve. Later, you will learn how to sketch this graph in your chapter 8. We have to, I will teach you how to check. And this is called the standard deviation. Yeah. One standard deviation away. This is called standard normal distribution curve. Okay? Student? Any question you like to ask? Okay, so class, please go to times and do the curve property question that I've given you. There is an exercise there. Tomorrow, I will discuss that. Are you clear? Okay. So any more question? Okay, no more. You need to have another class to run to. Okay, thank you, class.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you, miss.
Miss.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you.
Thanks, miss.
Mm.